Well, good evening, Chairperson Young, Vice Chair Walsh, and esteemed members of the County Council. Tonight I'm here to present my proposed fiscal year 2025 operating budget for Howard County. Despite significant challenges, through our hard work, collaboration, and a commitment to excellence for all, we have developed a thoughtful and visionary spending plan that advances our collective priorities. This budget includes historic support for public education, public safety, the healthcare system, housing opportunities, our nonprofit service providers, and more. As we strive to meet our community needs and balance our budget, we make these investments and difficult budget choices without increasing taxes for our residents or compromising other important services. Our proposed budget supports our county's unparalleled education system and provides significant resources to address emerging challenges. This commitment to public education includes $52 million above the state-required maintenance of effort funding to our school system, which equates to approximately $45 million over the prior fiscal year. This operating increase of 6.2% to our school system brings the total county investment to $766 million. Combined with state, federal, and other funding sources, the total school system budget reaches a historic $1.14 billion in FY 2025. Importantly, this funding creates pathways to restore key educational programs that are valued by our community and fully funds this year's implementation of the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. This landmark budget was made possible through shared responsibility and collaboration with Acting Superintendent Barnes and the Board of Education, all of whom worked incredibly hard to advocate and partner to help support our children, families, and educators. We continue to support other educational partners, including Howard Community College and Howard County Library System. The budget increases support for HCC and HCLS by $2.1 million and $1.3 million, respectively. This represents the second largest increase to both entities in the last 15 years. As we invest in our unparalleled educational institutions, the FY 2025 budget also addresses other critical county services, including public safety. Our budget provides critical resources to our first responders as they protect our communities. This is accomplished through a proposed increase of $13.1 million to the Howard County Police Department to support staffing needs and services. This investment also continues our commitment to public safety, building upon the progress that we all have collectively made in prior years. Thank you. Starting next month, 24 additional sworn police officers will be on patrol in Howard County. This is the result of historic increases in funding for our police department, providing the resources to finally expand our force and support more community policing. These new patrol officers have had months of training and are ready to begin serving our public. Additionally, they will enable the department to apply additional resources to other important roles in the agency, like community outreach, crime reduction, and specialized traffic enforcement. The budget also includes one-time funding of $2.7 million for critical safety and technology upgrades, and necessary equipment. As public safety continues to be a priority, through our proposed increase of $9.9 million, our Department of Fire and Rescue Services, we continue to support staffing needs and services. The department is supported with 4 additional firefighters for 2 newly added 12-hour peak load ambulances. The budget also includes additional funding for vehicle replacements, including engines, ladder trucks, ambulances, and a medical bus. These efforts will ensure that we continue to recruit and retain the most qualified professionals to safeguard our county while also helping to keep them safe. An additional one-time boost of $600,000 is allocated to support all volunteer fire stations. Our volunteer firefighters work hand in hand with our career firefighters to keep Howard County safe. This funding will allow them to upgrade and maintain key infrastructure, purchase new uniforms, and maintain necessary equipment. And while we maintain our status as one of the safest communities in our nation, we will also take major steps to strengthen Howard County's reputation as one of the healthiest in the nation. This proposed budget provides one-time funds to address critical emergency needs, including $5 million in one-time funds to expand the Johns Hopkins Howard County Medical Center's emergency room. Addressing emergency room wait times is a key issue for our residents, and I know for each and every one of you. This commitment of $5 million will leverage private, state, and other funding sources to expand ER capacity, reduce wait times, and enhance the quality of care for our residents. This budget also takes significant steps to support our regional health system with a $3 million commitment to the region's R. Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center, which sees approximately 400 county residents each year. Howard County residents will also now have expanded access to our life-saving AED program with $370,000 in funding to install emergency AEDs in more of our county parks and police vehicles. Additionally, we continue Howard County's investment in behavioral and mental health care with $1 million toward the Howard County Medical Center's Behavioral Health Unit and $1 million toward Shepherd Pratt's Crisis Stabilization Center. These investments not only grow our network of behavioral health care services, they also help reduce hospital wait times by redirecting patients with mental and behavioral health crises into the appropriate care. Now, in order to be a healthy and supportive community, we must also continue to meet the needs of residents' housing needs. Our budget plan makes historic investments to create wealth for families by expanding on home ownership opportunities and improving mixed-income housing availability. This budget directs $16.8 million toward home ownership, housing rehabilitation, affordable housing, and homelessness prevention programs. The budget proposes to move $10 million held in current year contingency back to the Housing Opportunities Trust Fund. This funding will support programs and projects to meet the county's housing affordability goals, including gap financing, rental and foreclosure assistance, and affordable home ownership. In addition to our housing assistance programs, our targeted investments in the proposed budget will help fund programs to reach our most vulnerable and under-resourced residents. We provide $13.5 million in operating support to nonprofits through community service partnership grants to support youth and families across Howard County. Additionally, $500,000 is included for youth programming initiatives through our successful YEP program. Furthermore, this budget includes $300,000 to support continued access to communities experiencing food insecurity and $144,000 to expand the Summer SNAP program. This budget also invests $1.5 million toward our Veterans Monument in downtown Columbia to honor our veterans and military families, as well as $1.5 million toward a new public art program to bring exciting and inspiring public art displays to community facilities around our great county. To ensure that Howard County can respond to emerging community needs, $2.5 million in one-time funding is allocated for an Economic Assistance and Emerging Needs Fund. This budget also directs more than $1 million in one-time funds to the Howard County Economic Development Authority to support its business development and employment growth programs. Also, in partnership with our Howard County Economic Development Authority, this budget includes $1 million to jumpstart Route 1 redevelopment efforts. This proposed budget makes significant strides to implement our Climate Action and Resiliency Plan, Climate Forward. This plan will build upon our energy independence and environmental protection progress. Proposed funding of $1 million will support the expansion of electric vehicle infrastructure around Howard County. And an additional $250,000 will launch a climate infrastructure rebate pilot program. We also commit historic funding of more than $5.3 million toward forest conservation, tree planting, and environmental preservation. To ensure that our residents can safely travel to school, work, recreational activities, and other destinations, this budget includes vital investments toward transportation priorities. We direct $1.7 million toward bus purchases, ensuring that our public transportation fleet remains modern and reliable. As we grow our transit connections, our budget proposal includes $120,000 to expand RTA bus service to the school system central office, Homewood Center, and our applications and research laboratory. Moreover, the proposed budget transfers $111.9 million in dedicated one-time pay-go funds to capital projects as a cost-saving alternative to bond financing. These one-time funds cannot be used to support ongoing operating needs, which is why we have strategically directed pay-go funding to support critical infrastructure projects. Projects supported by this transfer include the North Laurel Pool, High School 14 in Elkridge, an Elkridge Community Center, the historic courthouse renovation in Ellicott City, an indoor track at Troy Park in Elkridge, a new ice rink, and much more. Furthermore, this budget recognizes our hard-working county employees by investing more in our workforce. The proposed budget provides needed cost of living and step increases for county employees and begins to address critical classification and salary equity adjustments. The upcoming fiscal year underscores a transition back to standard revenues after 2 years of anomalous revenue growth driven by pandemic factors. In its March 2024 report, the Howard County Spending Affordability Advisory Committee projected FY25 county general fund revenue growth of 3.7%, or $50.6 million excluding use of one-time pay-go. Now, while revenue growth declines over prior year levels, the county's service demands remain high. We have worked extremely hard to develop strategies to support our priorities without increasing taxes on our residents or compromising essential services. In order to meet our obligations to public education and other critical public services, my proposed budget includes a 3-cent shift of the fire tax rate to the county general fund. This shift is cost neutral to both residential and commercial property taxpayers. In addition, we have conducted various cost-saving exercises resulting in the elimination or freezing of nearly 40 positions and a reduction of non-critical spending requests. Moreover, the proposed budget has limited our new investments and initiatives to primarily one-time non-recurring expenditures through the use of pay-go funding. I want to thank my team, including Budget Director Holly Sun, for their partnership in developing a responsible and balanced budget that advances a thriving community for all. We look forward to collaborating with each and every one of you to have a productive budget process that focuses on our shared priorities. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, and your service to our community.